Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Is True a gangbanger? What is wrapping the bandana around his wrist or his hand? What is that about? It's giving blood. It's giving blood. I'm a blood. And Christine, nice to meet you, but you have way too many looks. I can't keep up. Those pictures must be old. Because, baby, when you came out, it was like, oh, okay. We don't have any current photos of Christine. And Hope, who I'm going to call Pink, and Arthur, who I'm going to call Triangle. Pink and Triangle, I'm going to check y'all in this episode because Pink, you out of pocket. Now, Eden, small town, got it. But baby, it ain't that small when you messing with your cousin's boyfriend, and then 20 years later you go marry him. Child, you can't make this crap up. Hey besties, this is Behind the Shade. And what am I talking about? Let's get into another episode of Love After Lockup. This is season 5, episode 32, but it really should be season 6, episode 2. And it's called The Runaway Fiance. Okay, we need to rate this episode. And why the episode's got to be so long? An hour and a half? Oh my gosh. But we're going to attack it. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Okay, we still don't know this girl's her name. We don't know how it's pronounced. We on the second episode, and no one has said her name. We done met her brother, her parents, her sister, her son, her man. None of these people have said this girl's name so we can hear how to pronounce it. And we met her tarot reader. No one can say the girl's name. What do we don't call her nothing? Well, the son ain't gonna call her by her name, but you get what I'm saying. So Z and Troy. And let me get my notes together because I had to write on a different. I'll get to it. Y'all just gonna be patient. Okay. So my question is with Miss Z, does she wear that big old overbearing 2000, not even 2000, 1995 ponytail? Is she trying to hide her skin? Because as you've noticed, she has some real severe bumps, and they go up like from her chin, that up her jawline, on her cheek, all the way up to her eye. And I don't know what that is, but I'm almost certain that wearing synthetic hair over it and putting a whole bunch of makeup on it is not going to help it clear up. Yeah, no. But I get it that she doesn't want, blemishes to show people, but we can see it. So I don't know, honey. We can see it. So that's that on that. And don't act like y'all didn't see it, besties, and y'all wasn't thinking about it. Don't make me feel petty. And don't come for me either. This is my recap, okay? So her tarot reader tells her that Troy has too much stuff, so much stuff, that he has to work. He got too much to work on. And he cannot be the man that she wants need, because she wants him, but he ain't the man for her. He's not her person. And she asked her, you want to marry him? And she said, yeah. And so she was like, he cannot be your piece. He will not be your piece. So now she's nervous because her son and Troy have a good relationship. And so she says, I just want a normal life. And I'm like, a normal what? With who? Who you gonna have a normal life with? Nothing about you is normal. You are in love with inmates. How is that normal? Your first husband, your baby's daddy, same person, was an inmate, is an inmate. You met this current husband through your last husband at the jail. How are you going to have a normal life? You grew up in the church. You are resisting the church. You taking spiritual baths. You going to see tarot readers. You believe in crystals. How is that? And I'm not saying that that's not normal, but my point is you're going against everything in your life to be normal. And I'm not saying the crystals not, but just from what I'm saying is nothing more about the inmates. It's just not normal. Okay. So don't come for me if you like your crystals. Okay. So then she goes outside. She cries. The tarot reader tells her she loves her, gives her a hug. Then she goes outside. Troy calls, and he's all lovey-dovey just because, he's getting out the next day, the next morning. And so he's just lovey-dovey with her. And so he's like, how did the reading go? And she said, oh, it was fine. Girl, you lying. Girl, you lie. You lying. Katie from OC, tell her she's lying because she's lying. She said it was fine. And she's ready. And she said, I'm just as ready as I'm going to be. I guess, girl. So the next morning, she is caking up this makeup all on her face. And her brother, he has a Z name too. And he looks like the parents. So he comes over because he's going to drive her to the jail. And then her parents are outside too. And they're going to go and they're going to follow them in their car. In their car. And so she had told us she had a spiritual bath the night before because she had to clear and cleanse all her negative emotions. And she is renewed now. Okay, hold on. Let me find my other notes. Okay, so hold please. So now, okay, so they arrive to the prison, and then she gets a message from Troy's parole officer. He tells her that I guess it's a he, that he and another parole officer are going to pick Troy up now. And so, and then they say he should have been notified by the jail. So then Troy calls her, and he's still in jail. So this is not a lie, because I was thinking, oh, this reminds me of Derek and Monique when they was being chased. Just kind of like the whole, just you about to get out, but some others, I don't know. It just gave me some kind of vibes about just some stuff happening at the very last minute. So Troy calls from jail, and now he is mad. Of course he's mad, right? Because he's ready to go. And so he done got signed out and everything. He done left the dorm. I guess he's in some kind of waiting place or whatever. And so so they told him that the parole officers are coming to get him. And he's like, he told him his family was outside waiting on him. And so everybody is saying that how unheard of this is. It was someone that had been working at the jail for 20 years that had never heard of this before. And so even they said, I think she said that she saw someone that she said, I just saw someone come out of there. And so he was like, yeah, this is all messed up because now I got to go back to the dorm. And, all the people going to be like, what happened to you? They're going to be teasing him and stuff. And so he got to wait on these parole officers. So then they see him get into a car with the POs. And so they get on the road, and these POs are flying down the road, down the freeway, and they all seem like they chasing behind this car. And so they caught up to it. And so they get to a building, and they park by the car that she recognized, the car that he was in. So they was like, let's park here and let's just wait here. And they're at some office building. Maybe, I don't know what they're doing. So she's in the car while her brother's driving, child. And so she's still powdering her face because she is covering up them bumps. And so that was that on that. I think that's just how it ended. They just outside waiting. Okay, so who we going to get to next? Y'all want to talk about the new people? Do y'all want to talk about the new people? Oh, I don't know. Let's get into Pink and Triangle real quick. I'm so mad. So we saw Triangle getting out the caravan, and I like how he gets out and he hugs both of the ladies. He hugs his mother and his girlfriend at the same time. So he said he started being bad and rebellious at 14, and he went to jail, and then he really went to prison at 18 for robbery. So he's like, he told them, he's happy to be out, all that. And so he told them he ready to eat some chicken wings. And so mom asked, do you want to ride with me? And so he said, no, I'm going to ride with Hope. And so she looking like, oh, okay. And so Hope shows, I'm calling her Hope, I'm supposed to be calling her Pink. So Pink shows him how to get into the truck. He got to hold on to this handle, jump up, twist, turn, fold itself, get in. So he does it. So he turns around and puts some of his paperwork down, and he notices in her sleeper, honey, she got it low key, trailer park decorated. Okay. Besties, she got a swing hanging back there. She got the purple crushed velvet blanket, look like it may have been laying over an air mattress. She got purple lights hanging, maybe like purple, like little LED lights hanging. And what else? She has some pillows down on the floor. So I said, okay, it's looking a real Mr. Nasty time back there. And I said, I knew she was going to have it decked out like that. So she called it their house on wheels. And he liked it. And he said he really likes her. He says she's a beautiful person. He calls her his juicy mama. He was like, she thick, she got freckles, her eyes are pretty, she's a beautiful person. And I'm like, she might be what you consider beautiful on the outside, but I don't like nobody who try to divide somebody's family, don't want him to be around her like his mama, fighting. Why are you playing tug of war with this man? You the one that should be trying to put him closer. You're going to have him. You guys have two different relationships with him. You don't have to fight his mother. So, yeah, And so the mama tells us that if she tells him to come to Vegas, he'll come. Because, he's supposed to be a mama's boy. So they go to a restaurant called Three Sisters Kitchen, and they get their soul food orders in. They're getting pork chops, chicken. I heard mac and cheese and yams. And so he trying to get kisses and rubs before they get out the truck and go eat with moms. So they eat. And so mom is trying to spend as much time with him as she can before she goes back home by herself. That's what she told him. So Arthur says, well, you got my brothers and sisters. You won't be alone. And so that wasn't what she was fishing to see what he was going to say. So they plan on spending the night in the truck. And so moms is like, y'all going to spend the night in that truck? And she said, what's the difference than being in jail and in that truck? It's like a cell. And I get what she's saying. I understand. You first of all, you rented a room the night before to go see him. You couldn't go back to that room? Pink, Hope, you couldn't go back to the room? You couldn't get it for 2 nights? Like, that man has been in jail for a while. Give him a bed and some space. Where is he going to use the bathroom at? Oh, boy. We didn't talk about that part. Where is the toilet? So mom asked him, why are you always defending her? And he said, point blank, period, why not? Why not? And so mama is like, my maternal instincts is kicking in. And so she was like, you can fly back to Vegas and see your brothers and sisters because you haven't seen them since they were little. And here go Hope. She was like, well, where have y'all been? Like, where is the communication? Where is the I miss yous? And it's like, what? Oh my God. So Hope asked him, well, how do you feel about it? And so he was saying, like, prison is a lonely place. And he said, my family was not consistent with me as far as communication and all that. And Hope has always been there. But Hope has always been there this last time, right? And so, he said he just missed everybody. And so Mama said, she fell back a little bit because you kept coming back to prison. She thought the last time was going to be your last time. She thought the time before that was going to be the last time. Your mother has 4 other kids. She probably is a single mother. She got kids to raise, a life to live. She live in Nevada. You're in jail in Texas. How was she supposed to get to you? And because you are lonely in prison, prisoners have a tendency to call a lot. She didn't have time to be forking off thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to keep you happy. She's in the real world. And so he stood up, they hugged, and so Mom tells Arthur, I'll call him by his name, Triangle. Mama said, I'm sorry for letting you down. And he said, no, Mama, you didn't let me down. We cool, like, woo, woo, woo. And it's like, I'm going to call you Hope. Hope, you sitting right there, you listening to this. And I know moms don't like you because you cheated on her son. So mothers don't like when chicks look like, women of the night. And you dress like one, you just wilding out. Like you don't even know how to clean up good in front of his mom. Even she's not like hecka, formal. She's not real conservative. This is a mama who still go out after work. We know you, Mama. You got your lip pierced, your tongue pierced. You got braces on. You got red hair. You got ripped jeans. You got tattoos. We know you still kick it. But all in all, she love her kids. So Mama says she feels like with him, he only stayed with her because he feel like he owe her something, some type of loyalty or whatever. And he said, I don't feel like I owe her anything. And so she was like, yeah, I think you feel like you got to be with her because she was paying for everything. And there might be a point to that because, yeah, she's buying him. She put a lot of money in. Like he should be loyal to her, right? Okay. And she said, and it feels like he doesn't because this is the mom. She feel like he don't need to be loyal to her because she was unfaithful. So he tells his mom, I want to see if this is going to work out this time. Let us give us a try. And he said, right now it's Dallas. And so Hope was like, well, where have you been all this time? This is her confessional. She was like, I'm not going to let his mama mess this up. And it's like, this is my point. This is all I got to say to Pink. Pink, all this would make sense to me if your real plan is to get him in that truck and drive to Vegas so he can spend some time with his family. That would only make sense. If you know why that woman don't like you, the best thing you can be doing is trying to win her over. Use just a little bit of your time and your decorum and your classiness to get this woman to change her mind. It don't seem hard. You can go buy her a tattoo, go get her nails done, buy her some ripped jeans. Child, it would not be hard to woo this mother. She seemed like she would be your homegirl if y'all would just get it together, but she has her reasons for not liking you. And now I don't like you for today, this episode, because you're trying to divide them. How are you going to win trying to divide a mother and a son? That is a love that is unexplainable and thick. And why would you want to? Why would you want a man that you try to take him away from his family? It only makes sense that you put that man on that truck, drive to Vegas so he can spend a little bit of time with his family. And then you drive back to Texas. Easy peasy. What is the problem with that? Why are you just, what's your family life? I got questions now, Hope. I got questions. What's your family dynamic? Where your daddy at? Where's your mother? What's your story? Because I can't respect no woman that think they're gonna come into a man's life and try to be his queen, but you trying to keep him away from his mama. Are you serious right now? Why would you even want to? Why would you even want to? So that's that on that. Cause ooh, she just ugh. So let's get into this. I'm gonna say the new couple for later. Let's get into true and lies, true and false, true and Shanta, true and Shantae. baby, baby, baby. So True is out, child. He is processing his freedom. He is smelling the air. He hold on to them balloons. He was like, I want to take a bath when we get to the Airbnb. He was like, he hasn't been in a car in 13 years. He hasn't chewed gum. And these are just things that you just really take for granted. And I was like, this man has not chewed gum in 13 years. So he's about to put the whole pack in his mouth. Shantae is like, stop, no, don't do that. But he wants, you need enough bubble gum in your mouth to blow a bubble. He trying to see if he can still blow a bubble. And he did. He did. And then when he got out and put his jacket on, he was like, I haven't worn a jacket in 13 years. So they go eat. His sister and his niece and nephew are following behind him, I'm sure. And so he said he feel like he's in a movie when he sits down at the table because he says he has his TV over his bunk and he's been watching people on TV go out to eat. Like he watched reality TV too. And he said now that he's at the restaurant, he feels like he's in the TV, like on the show. You are on the show. You're on Love After Lockup, sir. You are on a show. I think he said movie. Whatever. So, child, he is amazed that there is a butter knife on the table. He is he is trying to cut the menu with it. So he tells us that he's been stabbed in jail, and he's had people wanting to unalive him, and he is really happy that he made it out of jail. And he said most inmates, they get out and they're paranoid and they're full of anxiety. And so he is really sitting there enjoying his nephew. His nephew is like 9 years old. So his nephew tells him that he is so happy he's out and that's his favorite uncle. And they're at the table playing tic-tac-toe. And I'm like, oh, I love it. So he orders, True orders a jalapeno burger. And so his sister said, how is it? How was the first bite? And I think he cut it in half, like a little kid, cut his burger in half. And so he took a bite. He said, it was fire. So he was mentioning how he has to call his PO the next day. And he was like, I don't have his number. And so he mentioned that people taking the PO thing too serious. And I don't know if he's talking about Shantae, but he feels if he ain't doing nothing illegal, that he don't have nothing to worry about. And baby, that's not how parole works, sir. You have to check in. You got to take a P test. You got to check in. So Shantae says that True don't follow the rules, and that could get him sent back. And he feels like he's above the law. And so True's sister feels like this relationship is not going to work between them two. So after they eat, they leave, his sister and the kids, they leave. So he goes to the car and looks at his shoes and his cologne. Sorry, you heard me say perfume. He look at his cologne, the shoes, the jacket. So he decides he's gonna go back in the restaurant. He gonna change his clothes. So now they matching. They both have on red and white. And I'm like, oh, we're twinning. Like Michael and Justine, was that her name? They matching like them. So now he's like, he ready for some, some meow. But first he want to go to the intercourse shop. So he tells us he ain't had intercourse since he was 17. He been gone 13 years. And so he tells us, child, his body count is 22. He said he has been with 22 women. Now, mind you, he has been in jail since he was 17. 17 years old. And you have been with 22 women and you haven't had sex in 13 years. Somebody is lying. You ain't had sex with that many women. Oh, sorry. You have not had intercourse with that many women at the age of 17. It's not possible. I don't care. I don't care. So I want to know, well, how many men are there? You've been in jail 13 years. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. But he said he pleasures himself a lot. Then he was telling us that the COs and the nurses in jail, they go up to the inmates and want to see what they got. And they want them to pleasure themselves in front of them. And we already know some of them be having sex with them. Sorry, I can't. Sorry, no, YouTube, don't take it. They have intercourse with them. We do know that. So was that the end? No, that was not their end. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let's get, because you know how the episodes go in. Okay. So they get to the pleasure store, and Shantae friend call, and she tells True. Well, first she tells True she got to go to the bathroom, and so I guess maybe she called her friend. She called her friend. That's what happened. So she told her, girl, he got me down at this shop, and he don't even know me. I don't even get down like this. And it's like, Shantae, would you please quit acting like you ain't never been touched? Can I even say that word? Will you quit acting like a virgin? Even he know that you just putting on. He said you a little freak, low key. He says that. But it's like, come on with this drama. You have 3 children. You've been dating this man for a year and a half. What is it? 1 year, not out of whatever, over 2 years. You know this man coming home and he wants some. Why are you acting so? And I mean, okay, if you don't want to do it, why are you talking to him? In my mind, besties, let me know how you feel. In my mind, you know that new couple, Christine. Remember how she jumped all over Julian? That's how I suspect everybody should be when they man come home. Like, what's the other couple that wasn't on there today? What's her name? Letitia. She ready, honey. She ain't never seen him before, right? Has she seen him, or she just never been with him? She ain't been with him. Let's just say she ain't even been with him before. She is ready. She don't know what's going on down there, but baby, she is ready. Shantae, you got to be kidding me. You didn't gave this man how many thousands? Are we on 30? Is Shantae on 30,000 with True? And now you don't want to. Girl, stop playing with this man. So she gonna tell us she don't have a lot of experience. Okay. Girl, you get ready, boo. Get ready. So he done ran up the register at the shop. It's $200. And guess who got to pull their credit card out? Now, I have forgot that old girl not working. Remember, she got fired from her Whataburger job because of True. And remember, she hasn't told him yet. So she is surviving on her savings right now. Oh, girl, come on. That's probably why she ain't in the mood. Wait, I take that back, Shantae. Now I think about it, I wouldn't want to either. I would be dry as a Mojave Desert with all these problems you hiding. So it's the nighttime. They get to their Airbnb, and on the way there, he gonna tell her to say, harder, daddy. He is letting her know it's about to go down. Girl, you better get ready. Don't you want this man? When you look at him, don't he look good? Do he turn you on? You don't want. He a tall drink of water, honey. Got the locks and everything. He ain't my type, but he not ugly. but you ain't ready? Nothing about him? Because he been cool all day. Like, I've been liking his True's vibe. I've been liking how he is just like taking in this freedom. And he is like, I am really taking this in. And I'm loving that. And you're there for him and you getting balloons and all that, but you don't want to give him none. Girl, get off my phone. Get off my line. Get off my TV. Ugh. Let me take a moment because she got me hot. Like, why are you over here playing with this man? Girl, you better. Do you know what the best intercourse is? Is some girl. Shoot. So they get to the Airbnb and they're gonna stay there for a whole week. And she gonna see how this gonna be, and she wanna test him out before he meet the kids. What? Girl, don't the kids know him through the phone? But don't they know him through the phone for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Girl, what is the holdup? Like, I don't know. Why are you doing this if you don't want to do it? I don't get it. So he's showing her all the toys that he bought at the store. And this girl has not had intercourse in 4 years. So he tell her he about to hurt her, child. He about to break that back. So he picks her up. He tells her, hold on tight. He pick her up. What are you doing? Shut up. Let him pick you up, girl. So he takes her to the bathroom because he want to take a shower. Honey, and child, do you know the next morning, Shantae tells us, like, all night long they have had, adult time, and they were talking all night, adult time, talking. And do you know True was gone the next morning? What was that other guy that passed away that did that to the girl with the green hair? I was like, wow. But I hope True is outside barbecuing. I hope True is sitting on the porch in the back, taking it in still. I hope True is still taking it in and still enjoying his freedom. But I don't know. I guess he put her to sleep quick if she didn't even know he got up and left. Who sleeps that hard in an unfamiliar place? But he had to go see his PO, so maybe he took the car and I don't know. He better be on that porch. He better be somewhere. So anyway, let's get to, okay, who we gonna go to next? We're gonna go to that. I'm gonna say the new people for last. No, let's go ahead with the new people. Julian and Christine. So Julian is 46. He's a marketing project manager. And Christine is 38. And she's an armed bank robber. Now, in her story, she says she was unarmed. But on the TV show, it says armed. Whatever. So they're in Maryland. And so he was writing a book, and his main character is on death row. Is on unalive row. DR row, where you can't never, you're gonna unalive on this row. Did I clean that up? So he reached out to her, I guess went to a website. He reached out to her for the subject matter on prison, and then they became friends. Oh, how cute. And so then it just turned into a relationship. Oh, how cute. So Chris has done 5 years for unarmed bank robbery. So in between her jail sentences, they have spent a week together. So they have been intimate before. Okay? And so within that week, she goes back to jail, and he had to go get all her belongings and bring it to his house. And she even had cats. He had to bring her cat to his house too. So he's actually leaving a pet store because he's buying the cat a uniform, like a knight's uniform, the medieval times uniform, like a robe, and so he's getting a leash for the cat and a backpack with a see-through he getting accessories for this cat because he getting the cat ready to go visit, to pick her up. She gets out the next morning. And so so she was arrested. So when she was out, she gets arrested because they're driving and she runs a flashing red light. You're supposed to stop anything red, flashing, not flashing. You're supposed to stop. She failed to stop. She wasn't going to her PO. So they arrested her on the spot, right? Now, the reason why she was jailed is because she couldn't pass the drug test. Okay. So they suppose we could be getting married. She wants to marry him. I don't think I heard him say he wanted to marry her, but he's head over heels. This is his boo. He will do that. So he tells us his body count is only 3, honey. So he's been with his high school / college sweetheart. That was 1. He's been married before, so he had a wife. That was 2. And then Chris is his 3rd body count. Oh, okay. Okay, everybody's not a man of the night. Okay. So on his way to get her, he tells us that she's in jail for failing a few drug tests. So allegedly she had pot in her system. And so I'm thinking, she never heard of Golden Seal? Or do they even make that? I'm sure they do. But back in the day, y'all, when you smoked weed and you were going to get a drug tested for a job or whatever, you would drink or take Golden Seal. Was it liquid or pills? I believe it was liquid. Whatever. It was a tea. Wasn't it a tea? You would take it orally. I don't know if it was liquid or a pill, but you would take it and it would cover up or clean out your system and you would have a clean a drug test. So, honey, Miss Ma'am is at the jail where Martha Stewart was. It's called Camp Alderson. There's no fences, no barbed wire. You can come and go as you please. You're not supposed to leave, but because they'll go pick you up and then add more time to your sentence. But it's called Camp Cupcake because it's like low, minimum security. So she gets dropped off, and child, she was so happy to see him. That was so cute. I'm here for the love. So they hug. She is so happy. She jumps all over him. They fall to the ground, kissing and hugging and kissing. And so he surprises her with the cat. She was so happy to see her little cat in his little knight in shining armor outfit. Then she had this big blanket made that said, "My queen, ladies, Christine, I'm your knight in shining armor." And she loved the blanket. And I'm looking like, that's Christine? That ain't her. Oh boy, that's her. And so Christine answers my question. She let me know that she gained 30 pounds because they're in the jail doing nothing. Like they're just sitting around doing nothing. So there's a saying that the men come out of jail buff and the women come out like buffaloes. So she said she started getting in trouble with the law when she was dating this guy that turned her on to drugs. And so, turned her on to drugs. Hold on, y'all. Where is my... Oh, boy. This is interesting. Wait a minute. Are we done with that group, with that couple? That's all I got? Ain't got no more? Hold on. No. Oh, goodness. Well, you know what? I might come back if I figure out what happened to my notes. But, I guess that was about it, right? Did they? I don't know, because I remember writing about her idea. She said... I wrote it. Okay, anyway, I think I could wing it because I do remember what happened. Oh. So, what's her name? Christine. So Christine would shoplift to support her drug habit. Well, their drug habit, her and the guy she was dating. So then she wanted to up her ante, right? So she Googled how to rob a bank. And so all it said was write a note and they have to give you the money. So she said she wrote on an envelope, give me them $50 bills and them $100 bills. And so it worked out. Then she did it the next day. It worked out. But that next day they came for her. And so now she's talking about she wants to write a book with Julian and she wants to marry him. Okay. That's that on that. Let's get to this last couple because, honey, when I tell you, oh my God, Kim and Joey. Oh, is this the last couple? I hope so. Kim and Joey. Kim. OMG. So let's get into it. We continue because we ended the last episode with when she's on her way to pick him up. He calls and he want to know, was you messing with somebody else? Because somebody named Ashley said you was still messing with your ex-husband and you was out kicking it with some light-skinned tall dude. So Kim said no, she was not fooling with anyone else. Kim said, well, she remembers that she took a picture. She was out like the night before a holiday. I think it was before Thanksgiving. And she was out and her friend Josh was there. And she been knowing Josh all her life. They took a picture. And so he gonna tell her that she should not be hugged up with no other dudes. And so she like in the confessionals, well, how else do you take a picture with somebody? You stand next to him like you in the army? And that was funny. But you can stand next to your homie. You ain't got a hug, but y'all could be like, whatever. But at the same time, what can you do from jail? You can't control everything and everybody and don't do this and don't do that. I mean, golly. But anyway, so he tells her that she shouldn't be hugged up with no other dudes. And she said whoever's starting trouble has to know him and have his inmate number. And he was like, girl, be quiet. Your ex-husband has my inmate number. I didn't get it to him. You know where he's coming from. So he thinks her ex is starting these rumors, and she thinks his ex is starting these rumors. And so he don't think it's her because it's been 20 years. But Kim says the girl broke them up the last time they were together. So it could be her again because they said she's still in love with him. And women just are going to be women. So she calls her friend Jennifer because, he had to get off the phone. And so she calls her friend Jennifer, who was watching her kids last week. And they both think it's one of his exes because who else could be starting these rumors? So this girl goes to her cousin's house to get her nails done. And this is where it just got real funky real quick. So she's like telling her, first of all, she's late to the nail appointment. And so the cousin is, she said, she tells her cousin that she needs to hear this from her. And so, who I'm dating or who I'm about to get married to? No, she's maybe dating or whatever. And she was like, And so she said, Joey. And she looked like, what? I would have got up running right there from that look she had on her face. He's getting out and he's being paroled to my house. Cousin said, oh, I'm kind of mad at that. And you should be, cousin. I don't care if it was 20 years ago, 40 years ago. Your cousin should not be dating in a relationship with your ex-boyfriend. I know this little town, Eden, is small, but it ain't that small. It's a town next to it. Go to that town. Goodness, if you run out of men, go to the next city. So the cousin, her name is Tatum. She tells us that Joey was her first boyfriend when she was 15. They were in high school. They used to go to parties. She used to cheer, and Joey would pick her up and take her, take her home, whatever. She lost her cherry to him, right? Uh, and when I tell you, Tatum looked like she wanted to cry. She might be Ashley. She might be the one over there acting like she don't know nothing. If it's a small town and this, oh wait, let me keep going, y'all. So Tatum asked Kim, did you like him when we were dating? Who? Girls, besties. Did you hear the answer? She said, oh yeah, he cheated on you with me. I know you lying. I know you lying. You sat up here and told this woman. So allegedly, this been a secret for 20 years. Not in no small town, not even in a big town. Stuff like that gets around. Ain't nobody holding on to that. Because even Joey, I'm sure Joey told somebody. So she said, yeah, he cheated on you with me. So Kim tells us they was at her daddy's house in the basement. And she said they did everything but have the intercourse. And I'm like, kissing, hugging, necking. And I was like, well, is oral considered sex or foreplay or what? I mean, what does that mean? Kissing don't say you cheated, do it? So was there some oral going on? Did you climax? I just need to know. Because what happened? Stop speaking in riddles. I don't like a riddler. So they did everything but that, the real deal. She never said anything back then because she didn't want Tatum to be mad at her. Well, guess what? She mad now. She said, kinda. So that means I'm going to do your nails, your little raggedy fingers. She said, your cuticles are dead. Oh, I ain't got time. Yeah, because you're so busy accepting collect calls from her ex-boyfriend. You old floozy. And so I'm checking out how Tatum, and she's handling her hands quite well. Me, myself, I'd have been fouling harder, clipping harder. I would have cut her fingers off. Don't mess with my ex-man. I don't care if it's been 2 decades ago, 4 decades ago. Why would you even want my leftovers? Especially because I think the cousin said, oh, I'm pretty sure he cheated on me with other women. And did. So she asked Kim, y'all getting married? Kim said, yes. Girl, you didn't feel like you could have told this girl before now? Oh, goodness. The daddy never said nothing? What is going on with this family? So Tatum don't think this is a good idea. She was like, he's the same. Would he go in jail for this time? And it's whatever she said, because I don't remember right now. So Kim, she said, he ain't changed, So Kim was like, well, I don't know. But she said, people do change. I don't know if he going to cheat on me, but people do change. And so she said, all I know is I just have to trust him not to be the same person. Girl, get off this TV. You talking about the same person who been in and out of jail for 800 years, cheating on everybody. You don't think he gonna get out? Girl, bye. And now he mad. He already started drama with you on your way to go pick him up. Well, I guess she was on her way to get her nails done to pick him up the next day or something. But she's still on her way because his mama at home watching the kids. Girl, you cannot be making this up. Kim, oh my gosh, you are, oh my goodness. I don't know. What do y'all rate this show? I'm going to give it an A. It got me intrigued, like, oh my goodness. But I just can't believe in a small town like that, like a secret like that would be hidden for 20 years, still a secret. I just don't believe that part of it. I don't believe that at all. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to leave it alone. Let's put a pin in it. Besties, that was a lot, wasn't it? OMG, this is going to be a good season. Let me know what you rate this episode, Runaway Fiance. I'm going to give it... I'm going to say a B+. Not an A yet. I got questions. I need to know what the girl's name is, first of all. How do you say her name? Anybody gonna say her name? I need somebody to say that girl name next week. Okay, besties, let me know. Don't forget to like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you will be informed of the next video. Support the community, support the channel, keep me in the algorithm, and I will see you on the next video. And don't forget to put your comments down in the comment section. Take care, besties. Bye.